Do you want a new look for your bedroom, but you just don't have the budget to go buy a new headboard? I'm going to show you how you can make an easy slip cover, even if you're a beginner at sewing. I'm going to show you how to make a slip cover that you can just pull on over your existing headboard. And the reason why I think this is such a great idea is because you can make more than one, or you can even make one that is reversible, which I did for one room. And that's because the price of a new padded headboard is insane. If you go to some of the big retailers, and I bought mine 15 years ago probably, and it's just starting to look a little bit tired. And the reason why I think a slip cover is the way to go instead of just reupholstering it is because a slip cover you can pull off and wash it. So let's get started. All you're going to need for this project is a headboard, fabric of choice, some scissors, a measuring device, and a sewing machine. And when you're choosing your fabric, I recommend getting 100% cotton. Get something that is home decor fabric. It's usually 100% cotton, a cotton duck, a denim. Denim is just a little bit thicker. It's like an upholstery weight fabric, but it's still not so thick that you can't put it on your sewing machine. What I like to do with both of mine is I took the headboard off the wall, lay the headboard down on top of the fabric, and you might need to sew two pieces of fabric together, as I did for my larger headboard. So just pretend that this is my headboard. What you're going to want to do is trace around your headboard with a pencil on the wrong side of the fabric. Then, to get your tape measure out, determine how deep your headboard is. Let's say your headboard is 3 inches. Since you're going to have about 2 sides, you need to add 1.5 inches to each side, plus a seam allowance of 1 inch, so 2.5 inches. I don't have 2.5 inches here, but let's just say I was only going to add 1 inch. All around my headboard, and add 1 inch all the way around before I cut. So this is obviously a lot easier if you have a square headboard. You don't have to go through the process of making a pattern. I think I'm using these scissors backwards. I'm doing a terrible job of cutting. That just shows you I am not an advanced seamstress. I'm 100% a beginner. And if I thought I could get away with gluing this, I might even do that. Ooh, that's terrible cutting. Just make sure you've got your fabric facing the right way. So you lay one piece of fabric over the other and cut around so you get an exact copy for both sides. Obviously, if I was really making this, I would be a lot more careful. But now I've got 2 pieces, my front and my back. And wouldn't that be a cute headboard right there? These 2 fabrics together. You could make one side the stripe and one side this, but I digress. So you're going to want to put the right sides of the fabric together like this and pin it at about 1/2 inch. And then you're going to want to sew around this edge first. Then you're going to flip your headboard inside out or right side out and try it on to make sure that it's the right size before you do anything else. Once you know that you like the size of it, turn it back inside out and go ahead and sew a finished seam all around the bottom of the slipcover. And then you can slip it right on. And anytime you want to take it off, you just pull it off and throw it in the washing machine. If you want to do one that is 2 different fabrics, which I did for my second one, then the second fabric is you just use a different fabric. It's just that easy. And I also, on my second one, added a little strip of Velcro on the side to make it really easy to get the headboard on and off. But you don't have to do that. It's just if you want to sew a little piece of Velcro into one side, instead of sewing the seams together, you sew a piece of Velcro to each side. Then it makes it where you can rip off the headboard, and you might even just want to do it at the very bottom. You can rip off the cover easily and throw it in the washing machine. A couple things I want to say about the headboard itself. There's a great video if you want to just make your own headboard. That's totally doable, but I'm not a tool person. I'm not going to make my headboard, especially when I can go buy one if I wanted to on Wayfair. That's pretty ugly, but it's not the best looking headboard, but I don't care because I'm going to cover it up. So I can buy one on Wayfair for less than it would cost me to build one myself. And I don't have to have all those tools. And then I can cover it with whatever fabric I want and make it look however I want. So there you have it, a slipcover that's completely washable. And if you try this, I promise you're going to discover that it's way easier than you thought. And so give it a try.